All right, it says find the value of x using similar triangles. I could just go 3 over 12, small, big, equals x over 20. Make an x, multiply what touches. 3 times 20 is 60. 12 times x is 12x. Divide by 12. X equals 5. And some people go, hey, this is times 4, so this is also times 4. What times 4 is 20? 5. Great. Whatever. This is multiple choice. If you don't want to show any work, I don't care. Get the right answer, though. I do care about that. Okay. Solve for x. So on the previous page, we use, let's see if I can find it. Nope, I think it's the page before. Remember when we had the angle and we had to find the missing side, we used tan? So if we have an angle, we're going to use sine, cosine, tan. But I don't even have an angle. So I'm going to use the formula a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Let me say it again. You don't have an angle. I know technically you have this 90 degrees. But if you had an angle here, you would do sine, cosine, or tan, because one of these would be missing. So if there was an angle here, this would be tan. If there was an angle here, this would be next to cosine. But there isn't an angle, so I'm just going to go a squared plus b squared. Long side is always your c squared. Let me zoom that in a little bit. 144 plus b squared equals 400 minus 144. B squared equals 256. Square root, square root. I think it's 16, but I'm not 100% sure. Ah, that's right. Yay for me. B equals 16. Okay. Ah, this one, I've got an angle, so I'm not going to use a squared plus b squared equals c squared. I'm going to use either sine, cosine, or tan. So if I have long side, tan's out. If I don't have long side, then it's tan. Now I have to decide if it's sine or cosine. Cosine is the one right next to it. Look, it's literally right next to it. Sine is the one that's across, so it's going to be cosine. So I'm going to go cosine of 15 equals adjacent over hypotenuse. Okay, make an x, multiply what touches. Multiply both sides by x. I get x cosine of 15 equals 12 divided by cosine of 15. I'm telling you right now, if you don't practice these problems, you're going to get to it on the test and you're going to just guess. And if you just guess, I mean, there's a 25% chance you could be right, but there's a 75% chance you could be wrong. So, if I were you, I would make sure you're good to go. So 1242. Okay, let's go to the next one. It can either be sine, cosine, or tan. Ah, I have long side, tan's out. Then I go, okay, well the 56, it's not next to anything, so it's across, that's opposite, that's sine. So sine of 56 equals x over 20. Always long side on the bottom. Multiply both sides by 20. And now I can just pick up my calculator. 20 sine 56. And rounded is 1658. Be careful, there's some really good distractors in there. Okay. I guess we're doing more of it. Okay, so it's either going to be sine, cosine, or tan. I don't have the long side. Boom, it's tan. So now tan of 58 equals opposite over adjacent. Okay, multiply both sides by x. I don't know why there's so many examples here. X tan 58 equals 11, because that's gone. Divide by tan of 58. There's a lot going on this test. This is not going to be easy. But I guarantee that if you study, you're going to be fine. 6.87. Okay, let's go to the next one. Sine, cosine, or tan. It doesn't have long side. Boom, it's tan. Tan of x equals opposite over adjacent. So this time what they're having you do is find x. So I'm not going to multiply by 12. I'm going to do the inverse tan of 16 over 12. Okay, put it in parentheses or it's not going to work out. So I go second tan, 16 divided by 12. And I get 53.13. Okay. got to decide if it's sine, cosine, or tan. If I have long side, tan's out. When I don't have a long side, it's tan. Now I know that it's either going to be cosine or sine. Well, this is literally next to the 8. Next to the 8 is adjacent, that's cosine. So it's going to be cosine of x equals 8. Long side is always on the bottom. Inverse cosine. I understand why there's so many now, because it was a little bit different. And I get 57/77. Okay. All right, solve for x. Well, if these two are the same, it means these two are the same. So they told me this side, so I'm going to go 180 divided by 30, or minus 30 is 150. Well, this plus this gives you that. Well, they're both exactly the same, so you divide by 2, and that's 75 degrees. Okay? Here they want you to use the area of the trapezoid, 1/2. You add the bases, that's what B1 plus B2 means, and then times the height. 12 plus 18 is 30. Half of 30 is 15. 15 times 7, I don't know, 5 carried 3, 105? I'm not sure. 105. Okay? All right, last page. This is not a short final. There are 40 questions on the final. Are the triangles similar? Okay, so I'm going to go 180 minus this. Let me zoom that in a little bit. So 180 minus 47 plus 27, and I get 106. And now 106 plus 27 minus 180, and I get 47. So let's see. Yep, they are similar by A, because you have all the angles. Okay? Are the triangles congruent? Okay, this is a side, this is an angle, and this is a side. Okay? The problem is that this would be ASS, but, so normally ASS would be a no. However, once you have a 90-degree angle, it's a yes by HL, the hypotenuse leg. Okay? So let me say it again. ASS, nope. But because it's the 90 degrees, it's HL. So let's say triangle CAD. So CAD, BAD. Okay. All right, this gets back to what we did before. Let's see, this is a side, an angle, and a side. This is a side, and an angle. Whoa. So do you notice how it's in the wrong spot? This is SAS, but this is ASS. So no, they're not congruent. It would only be congruent if that 12 was right here. Then it would be SAS and SAS. All right. Are the triangles congruent? Let's see. This is congruent to this, so that's side. This is an angle. And this is a hard one. Based on alternate interior angles, this is congruent to this. So that means that's an A. So we have A, S, A. That's a hard one. So we're going to say NMX, because I feel like starting with that, MX, is the same as YZX. Okay, just be careful. It's going to be easy to trick those. All right, this next one, they want us to take these and graph them. So -1, A. 1, 2, 3. Let me get my glasses on. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, -1, B. -1, -2, C. It's a very small shape. All right, they want you to rotate it 90 degrees clockwise. This is when you get patty paper, so just ask me for patty paper when you need it, okay? So I'm going to go like that. And then I put a plus in the middle. This isn't the best example. And it says go 90 degrees, which is one time, clockwise, which is to the right. So I do this until it makes a plus again. And then I trace it. Okay. And then I see it there. This is kind of a hard one. I didn't put the shapes either. Okay. And then what would it look like? What would the figure look like if it was rotated at 180 degrees? So that means 1 I might not have done that one very well. So you just go like this. So it would look like that. Oops. Okay. All right, let's do the last one. They want to know the reasons. So the measure of angle 1 is equal to 40 degrees because of vertical angles. The measure of angle 2 is equal to 140 degrees because they are a linear pair. Okay, or supplementary. The measure of angle 3 is 40 degrees because of alternate interior. And by the way, this reminds me of way back in the beginning, this question here. Okay, so it looks like you're just asking it again, but in a different way. The measure of angle 4 is, oh my gosh, 140 degrees. This could be two reasons. You could actually do alternate interior because angle 2 equals angle 4. Or you could just say a linear pair again because of angle 3. Or say it's supplementary. Okay. The measure of angle 5 is 30 degrees because of alternate interior angles. The measure of angle 6, so if this is 30 degrees, the measure of angle 6 is 150 because it's a linear pair or supplementary. Okay. The measure of angle 7 is 150 degrees because this one matches that one, and that's vertical angles. So it almost seems like it was the same thing. All right, that's your final. There's 40 questions. I know it says 35 here, but you get the game. Please study. I will put a blank copy of this in Google Classroom, and so make sure that you're studying. Thank you.